In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis passes plea negotiations bill. Government increases fines for traffic violations, and Ministry of Health reaffirms commitment to excellence amid concerns. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The Federal Parliament of St. Kitts and Nevis has passed the Plea Negotiations and Agreements Bill 2024, aimed at improving efficiency in the criminal justice system. Attorney General Garth Wilkin, who introduced the bill in the National Assembly on January 30th, says the new law establishes a structured framework for plea negotiations while ensuring fairness and transparency. The legislation allows plea deals only for indictable offenses, with the Director of Public Prosecutions having sole discretion to engage in discussions. Wilkin highlighted international success with plea bargaining, noting that more than 94% of U.S. state-level cases and 97% of federal cases are resolved through similar agreements. He says the law aligns with regional justice reform efforts and helps address court backlogs. The measure is part of the government's broader push to modernize the legal system, alongside laws such as the Judge Alone Trials Act and the Justice Interference Prevention Act. Future reforms include the establishment of a public defender's office and amendments to the Jury Act. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has introduced stronger fines and penalties for motorists who violate the country's traffic laws as part of its broader approach to crack down on dangerous driving practices and creating safer roads for drivers and pedestrians. The stricter penalties came into effect with the passing of the Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025 in the National Assembly on January 30th. The bill was moved by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. The legislative amendments saw increases in the maximum penalties for reckless driving, persons driving at speeds deemed dangerous to the public, and persons found driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Prime Minister Drew said the purpose of these amendments is to save lives.
Accidents can be prevented if people just follow the basic traffic rules, and that is why if we are having a problem with people following the traffic rules, well, we will come to this parliament and pass the necessary laws to make sure that people follow the necessary rules. Because losing 13 lives, Madam Speaker, is something that should never, ever happen again.
The amendments to the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act include an increase in fines for reckless and dangerous driving from $4,000 to $6,000 to $8,000, with repeat offenders facing a fine of up to $20,000. Driving under the influence of alcohol or any substance that alters your judgment now carries a fine of up to $10,000 in the first instance and a fine of up to $20,000 for repeat offenses with longer imprisonment terms. In addition, causing death by dangerous driving now carries a maximum penalty of 10 years, while causing death by careless driving carries a penalty of imprisonment up to 6 years. The government will also implement and utilize technology in its pursuit of creating safer roads for all. In this regard, Prime Minister Drew said cameras at the various traffic lights will now facilitate the introduction of an automated ticketing system in the Federation. In support of the anonymous reporting system, the government announced that effective today, with the passage of the legislation, duty-free concessions on the importation of dashboard cameras for vehicles. The Ministry of Health is reaffirming its commitment to delivering high-quality health care while addressing concerns over misinformation about the sector. In a statement, the ministry highlighted St. Kitts and Nevis's achievement of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for child survival, emphasizing the strength of maternal and pediatric care. This milestone, it said, is a result of dedicated healthcare professionals and partnerships with organizations like the Pediatric Assistance League, PALS, and the Prime Minister's Children Medical Fund. While acknowledging that hospitals experience periods of increased demand, the ministry stressed that emergency rooms are not routinely overwhelmed and urgent cases remain the priority. It also noted that inpatient ward occupancy can rise due to issues such as elder abandonment, which requires a broader societal response. The ministry outlined several inherited challenges from August 2022, including more than $2 million in unpaid invoices, medical equipment shortages, and maintenance issues. Despite these setbacks, significant improvements have been made, allowing for better service delivery and infrastructure development. Ongoing efforts include enhancing clinical training, improving customer service, modernizing healthcare facilities, and strengthening supply chain management. The ministry urged discussions on healthcare to be fair and solution-driven, emphasizing that while challenges exist, progress in the sector is undeniable. After the break, CFPC to celebrate World Read Aloud Day with 3-day event, and stone masonry master teaches traditional stone laying skills. We'll have the details when we come back.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey! Here's your Hostels Value Month Idea Specials! Roaming January 22 to February 5th! Now, our Value Club Blue Tag Specials! Essential Everyday Peanuts, $12.99. General Mills Cereals, $13.99. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheese, $7.99. Dipple Pancake Mix, $11.99. Quaker Captain Crunch Cereals, $13.79. Terra Chips, $14.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Old Orchard 100% apple juice cocktails, $9.99. Essential Everyday Gelatins, $4.99. Irish Spring Bar Soap, $11.99. The Arm & Hammer Toothpaste, $14.99. Essential Everyday Dish Detergent, $8.99. Extra Detergent, $12.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart!
Healthwise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
The Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College CFBC is set to mark the 15th anniversary of World Read Aloud Day with a 3-day celebration from February 3rd to 5th under the theme Celebrating the Power of Reading Aloud. The activities begin on Monday, February 3rd at 1 p.m. with a panel discussion on the power of reading in the Poinciana Conference Room. The event will be live streamed on CFBC TV's YouTube channel and will feature CFBC student Tony Allen, lecturers Dr. Cameron Gill, Leroy Pemberton, and Wycliffe Morton, along with Library Services Director Sonita Daniel. On Tuesday, February 4th at 10 a.m., CFBC students will take part in a Read Aloud relay on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The celebration concludes on February 5th as CFBC students and staff read aloud to children at primary and secondary schools in Bastia. World Read Aloud Day promotes literacy, storytelling, and community building, while encouraging people of all ages to share the power of reading aloud. 9 trainees are learning traditional stone masonry techniques from Stone Masonry Master Roosevelt Devent in the inaugural ICH Adult Knowledge Transferring Training Master Class. The class, which began on January 27, 2025 at Wingfield Road, Old Road, focuses on preserving St. Kitts and Nevis's cultural heritage. Devent, with over 30 years of experience, has contributed to the restoration work at Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. During a visit by Honorable Samuel Duggins, Minister for Creative Economy and Cultural Heritage, Devent stressed the importance of passing on these skills. The trainees are being taught how to secure cut stones, select materials, prepare mortar, and more. The masterclass will conclude on February 1st, 2025, and is the first of several adult-focused courses by the Department of Creative Economy, Cultural Heritage. An ICH Core Knowledge Transfer Day Camp for children ages 8 to 16 will teach at-risk traditional folklore. The next masterclass on traditional coal making will take place from February 1st to 23rd, 2025. Schools from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis were the beneficiaries of over 100 netballs to help with their participation in the sport. The donation and distribution of the balls took place at Government House in a ceremony attended and presided over by Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liebert. Among those in attendance was President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Netball Association, Dion French, who welcomed the donation, which he believes will go a long way in helping to develop the sport.
I am very, very pleased with today's distribution. One of the major concerns that most of the schools would have had was the tool. Now, today's distribution has given them the tools so that they will be able to participate, practice, and so that we can have much more netball being played in St. Kitts and Nevis. One of my aim and objective as the president was to ensure that we see a reappearance of netball in the federation, and that we have accomplished during the tenure. And so today's presentation by the Dame has put the icing on the cake for our netball fraternity.
He believes the size of the donation is a significant one.
Distributing 100 netball is a significant milestone or a significant event, because each primary school and secondary school and tertiary, as you have ABEC, will be able to now be able to practice netball, and whenever there are competitions, we will see a larger turnout of teams.
Mr. French was also happy to see members from the diaspora giving back, with the Association of St. Kitts and Nevis Descendants being one of the groups that donated netballs to the schools.
I am very grateful for the donation from the ASCAD, because one of the things I always say, as a person from a country and you're overseas and living and you can have the opportunity to give back, that is very, very, very important.
President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Netball Association, Dion French. Coming up in regional news, bodies found in JetBlue's Wheelwell or Dominican Republic teens. Stay with us.
Tell me a little bit about your experience here shopping at Value Mart.
Well, I like to shop at Value Mart for a number of reasons. It's very convenient because I live just up the road. And another reason is that they have a huge variety of items. So, for example, you got, if you want almond milk, you have it in different brands. So, you know, they cater for everybody, each class when you look at income, you know, and the brands, different brands, a huge variety of different brands. And I also like the fact that you get to the points, the rewards. I love that. I look forward to coming to get my rewards. And yes, the customer service from the cashiers awesome.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Right it. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. The two stowaways discovered dead in the wheel well of a JetBlue plane at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport earlier this month have been identified as teenagers from the Dominican Republic, according to authorities. Relatives of the deceased, identified as Jake Anilus Lucy and 16-year-old Elvis Borges Castillo, confirmed their identities through photographs and DNA testing, NBC6 South Florida reported. The tragic discovery was made on January 6th during a routine post-flight inspection. Investigators determined that both teens died from asphyxiation due to a lack of oxygen while concealed in the aircraft's landing gear compartment. Broward Sheriff's Office detectives recently traveled to the Dominican Republic to work with local investigators and the teens' families. One relative, Nelson Renee, stated that his 17-year-old family member, Jay Anul, had been missing since January 3rd. Some in the community suspected that Anuli and two others had planned to escape the country. Authorities, however, have not officially linked Anuli to the case. JetBlue confirmed that before the bodies were found, the plane had made stops in Jamaica, Salt Lake City, New York, and finally Fort Lauderdale. Freezing temperatures and low oxygen levels in the JetBlue plane's wheel well likely contributed to the teens' deaths. Authorities are still investigating how they managed to breach security and access the aircraft's confined space. Coming up, Trump challenged after blaming DEI for the D.C. plane crash. We'll have the details when we come back.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner,
your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end.
And on the international scene, President Donald Trump began his White House briefing on Thursday with a moment of silence for the victims of Wednesday's crash at Reagan National Airport, but quickly pivoted to criticism of diversity hiring efforts. Trump speculated without evidence that lower standards due to diversity initiatives may have contributed to the crash. He blamed various parties, including the helicopter's pilot, air traffic control, and his predecessor Joe Biden, along with former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, whom he called a disaster. Trump was repeatedly asked to explain his claims linking diversity hiring to the crash, particularly at the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. He alleged that previous leadership had deemed the FAA workforce too white, but did not provide evidence for the accusation. He also acknowledged it was unclear whether the FAA or air traffic controllers were responsible for the incident. The crash involving an American Airlines plane and a U.S. Army helicopter remains under investigation, and authorities have not yet identified the cause or assigned blame. Doctors say 2-year-old Habiba al-Askari is on the brink of death as gangrene spreads through her limbs, and only urgent medical evacuation from Gaza could save her. Habiba suffers from protein C deficiency, a treatable condition that causes excessive clotting, but Gaza's healthcare system is overwhelmed due to ongoing conflict. Earlier this month, international aid groups secured permission for Habiba to leave Gaza for treatment, but Israeli authorities delayed her evacuation despite her deteriorating condition. Habiba's mother, tearfully pleading for help, questioned why her daughter's life is at risk due to the delay. No medical evacuations from Gaza have taken place, despite a ceasefire agreement allowing more evacuations. Habiba's situation is dire. Her limbs are turning black from gangrene, and the doctors warn that amputation is likely. She remains in Gaza, awaiting evacuation while her condition worsens. The Jordanian government is pushing for her immediate transfer, but has not received approval. The UN reports that thousands of children in Gaza urgently need medical evacuation. Up next in sports, the young Sugar Girls lose to Jamaica, and pressure on ICC to support Afghan women cricketers. Stay with us.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end.
First up in sports, the national under-17 women were defeated by 6-0 by Jamaica in the CONCACAF Women's under-17 qualifiers in Nicaragua on Thursday. This was the Young Sugar Girls' second loss of the tournament that leaves them bottom of Group E. A statement from the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association on the team's performance said, quote, "The Young Sugar Girls showed tremendous heart and resilience on the field. Every match is a learning experience. The Sugar Girls are still evolving and growing, and today's match is just one step in that journey. The determination to improve, the passion for the game, and the commitment to representing their country will fuel their progress moving forward. We believe in you," end quote. Pressure is mounting on the ICC to act amid the announcement of fundraising efforts to support Afghanistan's exiled women's cricketers who played their first match together this week. The Pitch Our Future campaign, led by former Australian cricketer turned commentator Mel Jones, launched on Friday, aimed at attracting online donations to support the players' sporting, physical and mental needs so that they can continue to compete regularly as a team. Meanwhile, the MCC and MCC Foundation have set up the Global Refugee Cricket Fund to support refugees worldwide, backed by a £100,000 donation from the ECB and with an initial focus to raise money for Pitch Our Future. In announcing the fund and the establishment of an advisory board, the MCC invited the ICC's participation, while Claire Connor, the ECB's Deputy Chief Executive, hoped the fund's launch would inspire other cricketing organizations to lend their support. The announcements follow pleas to the ICC to ring-fence funding for the players on the basis that Afghanistan remain full ICC members, despite no longer being able to fulfill the requirement to field a women's team under its Taliban government. And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. She pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. St. Kitts and Nevis passes plea negotiations bill. Government increases fines for traffic violations, and the Ministry of Health reaffirms commitment to excellence amid concerns. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Caleb Berridge. Bye.